From downtown Cleveland and Progressive Field, we've got baseball on the show. It's the Kansas City Royals taking on the Cleveland Guardians. First pitch coming your way next. So just about set now. And today's starting pitcher, Shane Bieber. What do you look for here?
Well, you don't always know what to expect with this guy on the mound to start the game. He can be really good at times and turn in some real excellent efforts. For me, it'll tell us a lot to see how he's attacking the strike zone and pitching aggressively or not. If he's doing that from the jump, I think he'll be fine in this one.
Here's a speed threat, number 11. That's in there, and we are underway. Swings and misses. That is strike two. Righty to the plate. And he hits a ground ball right side. Now the throw to first on the run. One up, one down.
Batting second, the shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr.
Now here's Bobby Witt Jr. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport. You talk about elite defensive players, especially in the middle of the diamond, and this guy is at the top of the list. That's off the mark, and it's 1-0. And you played behind guys, and they loved having your speed out there defensively. One of the things that we talk about is how much pitchers enjoy having those elite defenders behind them. Swing and a miss. And the count 1-2.
Boog, and the one thing about that is speed never goes in a slump, and defense shouldn't either. Hitting-wise, you can struggle, you can lose your mechanics, but the thing that you can do consistently every single game is play great defense if you're talented in that way, and this is what this guy does.
And now it's Salvador Perez to the plate. Now the 0-1. Foul ball there. 0-2 now. Battling here as he fouls it away. Right-hander kicks, deals. Stays alive.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the...
He locked him up, and that'll do it. The inning is over. Nothing doing for the Royals. And now the Guardians will see what their bats can do in a scoreless ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Back here in Cleveland. On the hill here today, Zack Greinke.
Oh, Boog, he's the type of guy that you can bet on to give you quality innings most of the time he goes out there. Guy knows how to pitch. He's got good stuff. Sometimes it can be even plus stuff. First time through the order, though, I think that's going to tell us a lot about how he's feeling today and how he's going to settle into this ball game and attacking hitters.
Here's Josh Naylor. The pitch. Line drive. And that one hops the wall. Makes the turn and heads for second. The throw to second is offline.
A lot of times in today's game, right fielders are able to get to a ball that stays in like that, but he hit that one pretty well. And if he hits it just a little bit different on the barrel, it's out of here easily. But there's nothing wrong with the extra bases right there.
Here's Jose Ramirez. Line drive, base hit, right field. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners. Nobody out.
He was all over that one. When you see a ball come off the bat like that, you know it was pretty much a perfect swing. And for me, I start wondering, and I'm looking on the computer, what was the exit velocity? This time 106.
Stephen Kwan digs in for the Guardians. Base hit, left center field. One run is in. They're waving Ramirez home. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and they lead by 2.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies, put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one.
Here's Cole Calhoun. Ground ball right side. On to first. Finally gets the first out here on the grounder.
Batting fifth, the center fielder,
Laureano comes up to hit. Saying, you know, Zach Greinke, a guy that even while he's been playing, he likes scouting amateur talent in person and watching guys on video. Well, now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance. To the warning track, makes the catch.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Here's Andres Jimenez. That one is absolutely belted. And in one hops the wall. Runner from third comes across, and they're up by 3. And he's got a double.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced, and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask.
Man in scoring position with 2 away. And up next for Cleveland, Will Brennan. Swing and a ball lined out towards center. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. Second inning coming up from Progressive Field. Guardians 3 and the Royals nothing. And welcome back. All set for the start of the inning. Here's the left fielder, MJ Melendez.
They're off to a great start, 3-run lead after their first inning, but so important to be airtight defensively. Don't give away extra outs and allow that other club to get back in this ballgame. A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ballgame.
Next offering is in for a strike. And Chris behind the plate today, James Kingsley, known for being a little generous on the edges. Left-hand hitter waits. Right through there, got him. And 1 gone.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter, and I'm sure that's going to sit on him for a little while. You want to be ready to hit the fastball. Sometimes you can overthink things, and I think that was the case right there.
Nelson Velasquez. Now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there.
Looked like you got a little excited on that fastball. Got to think to yourself, want to stay up the middle. That way, if you're a little bit early, you hit it out of the ballpark. If you're a little late, opposite field knock.
The wind of the pitch. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, he's really dialed in, and this offense is going to have to do something to try to break that rhythm. Maybe it's square around the bunt, step out of the box, agitate him a little bit, do something that just changes what's happening right now, because at this pace it's going to be a long game, so you got to figure it out quickly.
Oh, 1 down. Rolled softly, but that goes foul. 0-2 now. Swung on, popped up on the infield. Ramirez pulls it down, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down for him there. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. Guardians 3 and the Royals nothing. Bottom half of inning number 2. Bo Naylor at the plate now.
The catcher, Bo Naylor.
Yeah, the right-hander back to work. And that one hammered way back there. Out of here. The Rockets one to right, and they tack one on the board. It's 4-0.
When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Here's Brian Rocchio. Out towards left center. Isbell turns to the right on the move. Grabs it on the run. One down.
The first baseman, number 22, Josh.
Back to the top of the lineup. Josh Naylor digs in for the Guardians. Doubled leading off the ball game. Then came around to score the first run of the game. That one ripped. Out of here. He leaves the yard to right, and they add on. It's 5-zip.
Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
Base is empty, one away. Jose Ramirez digs in for the Guardians. Ripped to right, base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
First pitch swing in, went up there with a plan to be aggressive. We've all seen the defensive shift make a big difference in defending against pull hitters, but it's not foolproof. He pulled it as expected, but he found a hole that time.
Runner on at first with one gone. Stephen Kwan digs in now. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field. They get it in quickly, so first and second, now one out.
Hitting is really easy for some guys. One thing that I can see already, his bat stays in the zone on plane for an extended period of time. And guys like that, they have a high contact rate and they have more barrels because of that bat being on plane. And even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Righty reliever out of the pen, Jackson Kowar.
Kansas City, number 37, Jackson Kowar.
Now the 4-hole hitter for the Guardians, Cole Calhoun. Grounded out his first time up. Line drive, base hit, right center field. And they stop him at third, so bases loaded with one away.
The center fielder, number 10.
Here's Ramon Laureano. Hit it well, but flied out to the deepest part of the outfield his first time. Hard ground ball, base knock. One run across. Runner at third puts on the brakes. Bases still loaded and still only one away.
Picks himself up an RBI. Couldn't get any air under it, but he smoked that ball back up the middle. Timing was just perfect. Got great wood on it, and there's just no chance for the infielders with how hard he hit it.
Andres Jimenez digs in for the Guardians. He doubled home a run at his first AB. And a rope into center field, base hit. One run is in. Isbell fires it to the plate. Not in time. He's safe as they score a pair on the play.
Nicely done. Brings home two. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So that definitely felt good.
And now, Will Brennan. Swing and a hard hit liner up the middle to base hit. Back-to-back singles. Isbell fires it in. Stop sign goes up at third, and the bases are loaded.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. You'll often hear the phrase short to it, long through it, and that's a great example of it right there. Got the barrel in the hitting zone early, squared it up with the well-timed swing, and came away with a beautiful line drive into center field.
And the batter now, and it goes just foul. Laureano at third. Jimenez at second. Brennan at first. One gone. Base hit and a run in to score. Here's the throw to the plate. But it's offline. He will score. And it's a double-digit lead as they're up by 10.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. And man, I'll tell you, a line drive like that into the gap just feels so good. It's feedback that you had everything on time and in control from start to finish with your swing.
And now, Ryan Rocchio. Rocketed out towards right center. Tracks it down for the out. 2 away.
Man, he smoked that fastball. He's all over it. It's just frustrating when you can't get it to fall. Maybe next time up he'll find a hole.
And now it's Josh Naylor. Singy, he's got a history of coming through into big spots. I know I like to talk about, I'm not sure whether clutch actually exists, but you look at the numbers, and this guy always seems to deliver in those spots. Hammered, base hit. Waters whips it in quickly. They hold him at third base, and now the bases are loaded.
Third baseman, Jose.
That ball was absolutely ripped. 111 off the bat, and I'm pretty sure it started to whistle after it left the bat.
I think I heard that too, Boog. And these are the moments we appreciate when we can look at StatCast and just see exactly what the data is. Always so much fun to see what numbers pop up.
Now it's Jose Ramirez. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. But the long ball was working in this inning. Not once, but twice. It's now 10-zip. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. New inning getting started. Drew Waters stands in.
The right fielder, number 6, Drew Waters.
The pitch. And first offering is fouled off. In the air, center field. Rocchio makes the grab, one away.
That's a really nice play, ranging back into the outfield for that catch. We all know those can be a little tricky, especially if the wind's swirling around out there.
Here's Nick Pratto. Pratto, 24 years old, a former first-round pick back in 2017. One down, base is empty. There's the strike.
That's excellent location on the fastball right there early in this game. If he can do that all game, should be a good outing for him.
Next offering is down low. Left-hand batter waits. And that one wrapped foul. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. And there's 2 away.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball, and I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
And now it's Kyle Isbell. kicks and fires. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Well, this can be kind of frustrating for the hitting coach. Right now, this lineup seems to be swinging at everything.
Struck him out looking. KC down in order. Not looking good. They're down 10-0. Set for the bottom of the third. Stepping up for the Guardians, Stephen Kwan.
The left fielder, Stephen
Kowar back to work. Swung on, belted. That's back there. That one opts against the fence. Safe at second with a double. Third hit for him this afternoon.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Pretty much just a textbook double into the gap. And when you can drop one in there between the outfielders, you know you're making the turn at first. Just an excellent swing.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Cole Calhoun. 1 for 2. And a seed into center. That's a base hit. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody out.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
So digging in, Ramon Laureano. Line drive, caught.
Up next for Cleveland, the second baseman, Andres Jimenez.
Next to hit, Andres Jimenez. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. In comes the run from third. It's 11-0. Now the throw comes in. Runner holds at third.
Well done. Drives in the run. That was one of those swings that feels like you're swinging an aluminum bat. It jumped off so hard, squared it up, and it went screaming at 108 miles per hour.
Angel Serpa gets handed the rock out of the pen.
And never an easy situation coming in with runners at second and third. He's got a base to work with, so he doesn't have to be perfect, but he does have to make some quality pitches.
And now Will Brennan. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. And a base hit. In to score is the runner from third. It's 12-0.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. He drove that ball very well out to the deep part of the field, and you may be surprised he didn't get a double out of it, but I'll tell you, they did a great job of getting that ball back into the infield right away, and it might have been the right call to hold him at first.
So one out with two aboard. Bo Naylor getting ready to hit. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 down. To second with the throw in. No chance to get back. It's a double play. So 2 runs on 4 hits. No errors and a runner left. 3 innings complete. It's the Guardians 12 and the Royals nothing. Back here at the ballpark, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton, and set to lead off the 4th, number 5.
Garcia.
And a pitch. Swing and a ball popped up. Jimenez on the move. And there's 1 down.
The batter, number 7, shortstop, Bobby.
So up now for
Jr.
Kansas City, Bobby Witt Jr. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Swing and a pop-up foul at a play off to the right side. That'll find the stands. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. The Royals yet to pick up a hit here. The punch out there, and 2 away now.
Quite the start to this game on the mound, looking very dangerous to these hitters. 7 punch-outs already, so this lineup hasn't had much success trying to figure him out. I'm impressed with what we're seeing here.
Here's the catcher to hit, Salvador Perez. First pitch, and that's in for a strike. Salvi is a star in Kansas City. He debuted with the Royals as a 21-year-old, helped them win a World Series in 2015. In fact, he did more than help. He ended up being the World Series MVP. The 0-2. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. 2 outs. Good job to fight that one off. And the right-hander deals. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Kwan going back on this one. Pulls it in on the warning track. So 12 up, 12 down to begin the ball game. To the bottom of inning number 4 now. It's the Guardians 12 and the Royals nothing. Ready to go, bottom 4. Here's the shortstop at the plate, Ryan Rocchio. And he deals. That one the other way, and there's a hit. He puts it in his pocket, safe at first without a play.
That play looks routine defensively, but with all of the little nooks, it can get real tricky down in the corner. Kept it to a long single. Nice defensive play.
And now the first baseman, Josh Naylor. Line drive to short and caught.
That'll drive you crazy as a hitter if you let it. I mean, he couldn't have hit that ball more on the screws than he did, and yet he's got nothing to show for it. Hang with him. I know the feeling.
Man at first. So in now for Cleveland, Jose Ramirez. That one ripped left field. And it's out of here. Jose Ramirez bops one out. And they add to the lead. It's 14-0. That's their 3rd home run of the game.
They're having a lot of fun at the plate in this one. They've got the long ball working for them on autopilot. Just an excellent swing all the way around, and it had that sound coming off the bat that gets everyone's attention. Got a pitch to drive, short to the baseball, squared it up, and the backspin carried it out of here.
So 1 out, nobody on. And up next for Cleveland, Stephen Kwan. Lined, and that's a base hit.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
Man at first with 1 gone. Cole Calhoun digs in for the Guardians. Ripped into right field, base hit. They fired in quickly, so it's 1st and 2nd with only 1 away. So, Singy, let's dive into the numbers courtesy of StatCast. Do you even feel contact being made when you hit a ball that hard?
No, I don't think so, Boog. I mean, that's just the best feeling in the world as a hitter. You square it up perfectly, and it's like you didn't even swing the bat. And there are times the ball feels heavy off your bat. You know it, but this is not one of those cases. He sent this one flying 114 miles per hour, so That's flexing your muscles a little bit.
Pulls into third safely as a run scores.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. What a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Andres Gimenez digs in for the Guardians. Ripped on a line. And no one can get there. It falls in. One run is in. Another comes in to score. And the lead continues to grow.
Everything came together for him. He got a pitch he could drive, but he didn't get too excited like a lot of guys do and pull off the baseball. Really good timing all the way through the swing. And the barrel was so on plane with the ball. Easy drive into the gap for that double.
So they turn things over to one of their young arms, Steven Cruz.
They know that he can get a right-hander out, but he's in position to face a couple of lefties this inning.
One out, runner at second. And now the right fielder, Will Brennan. Now a screamer into the outfield. Isbell makes a nice grab at a full sprint.
The batter, the catcher, Bo.
Here's the speedy catcher, Bo Naylor. That one out to right. Can't get there, and now maybe extra bases. The run comes in from second, and they extend their lead. Naylor caught in between, trying for third now. Puts the tag on him, and that's the inning. They bring 9 to the plate, and 6 come around to score. On to the top of the 5th we go. The Guardians lead this one 18-0. Here in Cleveland, and now here is MJ Melendez. Swings and pulls it foul to the right side.
Well, these Royals just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. We're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. He's been great out there on the mound, no doubt, but it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
Swing and a miss, and he got him. And he's down on strikes for the second time today.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
So here's the Royals DH, Nelson Velasquez. And that is cut on and missed. Slider right there.
And as we get deeper, it's not going to get any easier. These at-bats are going to feel more and more desperate with every out the rest of the way.
Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Naylor hauls it in, 2 away.
The batter, number 19, second baseman, Michael Massey.
Now it's the second baseman, Michael Massey. He popped out his first time. Swings through that one. 0-1.
These guys have been very aggressive early in the count, but when you're down, you might want to be a little more patient. Take some pitches, see if you can extend those at bats and get some base runners on.
And the righty deals. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. The pitch. Foul ball, still 0-2. The Royals hitless so far in the game. Next offering is fouled back.
He wanted that fastball high and tight, looking for a strikeout, just didn't locate it very well.
Got him. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Bottom of the inning, and the batter will be the shortstop, Ryan Rocchio. The wind and the pitch. This one in the air, center field. Isbell under this one. Makes the grab, one down.
Almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch. Man, he's going to want that one back, no doubt.
So the lineup flips over. Stepping in, Josh Naylor. Ripped to right center, and that one will leave the park. Out of here. He's done it again. His second homer of the game, and they add to their lead. It's 19-0. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. He came out of his shoes on that one, but managed to keep his mechanics intact long enough to get to the ball and through it, and it went a long way.
One down. Stepping up for the Guardians, Jose Ramirez. Ripped into right center. Base hit.
Oh, this has been a really nice game at the plate for him. He looks locked in. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and ripped it into the outfield.
So a man aboard. Now the left fielder, Stephen Kwan.
Heart of the order coming through now, and with one home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Around second is Ramirez. Across is the runner from first, and the lead continues to grow.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. As soon as that one shot off his barrel, he was thinking extra bases. Really nice job of getting the bat out front, but not hooking around it or rolling over it. Just kept the swing on plane and smoked that thing into the gap.
Man at second with one away. Now it's the Guardians DH, Cole Calhoun. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. That one back and out of here. He sends it out of here, and they add a couple more. It's 22-0, and their 5th home run of the game.
Some things in this sport are contagious, Boog, and right now for these guys, clearly it's the long ball. He's so good at getting his arms extended, and that's exactly what he did right there. You don't typically want to pull a pitch in that part of the plate, but he doesn't allow his wrist to roll over, stays through the ball, gets the lob, and gets the home run.
New pitcher now, number 40. And this guy can bring it velocity-wise. Ramon Laureano digs in for the Guardians. There's a swing and a drive. And that one is gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add a run. It's 23-0. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. And you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
One out, base is empty. Here's the second baseman, Andres Gimenez. Right side, hard hit. Throw over to Prado. 2 away.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
Now it's the right fielder, Will Brennan. That one ripped right center field. Back there. Gone. A towering shot to right. And they tack on to their lead. It's 24-0.
That's exactly the pitch he was looking for. Crushes it and hits it out of the ballpark.
So in now for Cleveland, Bo Naylor. Swing and a laser off the bat. This looks like extra bases. And now let's see if he goes for it. And he's got a double, his 4th hit. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Ryan Rocchio will hit next. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. Runner holds at third, so even with 2 outs, they didn't risk it.
Right there, does a great job of staying in the big part of the field. Man, there are a lot of hits there.
Josh Naylor digs in for the Guardians. And there's a fly ball deep right field. It one hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. 1 run across. Another scores. 2 runs in on the play, and they extend their lead.
Gets the job done as he brings home a pair. He hit that ball really well to deep right field right there. Got a pitch to drive and just stayed through it nicely. Didn't quite have the trajectory to clear the fence, but you're always happy with an extra base hit.
New pitcher on now, number 69.
Number 69.
Man at second here with 2 away. Now the number 2 hitter, Jose Ramirez. Out towards right center. That's well struck. That one back there. And it's gone. Jose Ramirez with a home run the opposite way. And they add a pair. It's 28-0.
Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one, and you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
And up next for Cleveland, Stephen Kwan. Lined into right. Makes the catch, and that'll do it. But it's a huge inning for them as they score 10 times. 5 innings complete. Guardians on top, 28-0. Back here in Cleveland, all set for the top of the 6th. And to the plate for Kansas City, Drew Waters. The pitch. Waters, 24 years old, and he's usually in center, but today starting in right. Comes up empty on the swing, 0-2 now.
Well, less responsibility for him today, making the move from being the captain of the outfield to moving to right field. So he can let his center fielder take those balls in the gap and kind of like a little day off. Now at 10 Ks with still a few innings left, so expect him to add on to that total. And you know, pitchers are looking to have a strikeout per inning. I mean, that's excellent work. The way it looks now, I mean, he's going to have a better rate than that in this one. So really good stuff working on the mound in this one.
Prado, the batter now as he swings and misses for strike one. 0-2 as he waves at that one. Swing, and this one's bounced to the ground. Ramirez sends it to first. 2 quick outs to open the top of the 6th.
Number 28, Kyle Isbell.
And next up for the Royals, Kyle Isbell. Good contact guy, good defender.
The offense needs to start showing some fight against this starter. He's doing his thing out there. They're going to have to push back at some point and make him work a little bit harder.
And first offering is fouled off. Isbell goes 5 feet 11 inches, 190 pounds, and he was a 3rd-round pick back in 2018. Two down, nobody on. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Bottom of the 6th inning. Now it's the DH, Cole Calhoun.
The designated hitter, Cole Calhoun.
And here it comes. Laced down the line, base hit right field. And the leadoff man aboard. Here's the center fielder, Ramon Laureano. And a base hit up the middle. Lead runner to second, so 2 on and nobody out.
Now batting, the second baseman, Andres Jimenez.
Next to hit, Andres Jimenez. That one ripped. And forget it.
Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
So the Royals bring on a new arm, James McArthur. Stepping up for the Guardians, Will Brennan. Line drive. Isbell puts the squeeze on that one, and there's one down.
Now batting, catcher,
Bo Naylor digs in for the Guardians.
Oh, yeah, Boog. He's on the brink of one of your favorite milestones. He's completed 3 legs of the cycle.
I love me some cycle. Lined into left center, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. It's a double, and his 5th hit of the game. Ryan Rocchio digs in for the Guardians. Out there to center. Isbell under it. And he makes the catch. 2 down.
now batting, the first baseman, Josh Naylor.
Josh Naylor digs in for the Guardians.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
That's smashed towards center. And the inning is over. But the big blow of the inning comes right here. A 3-run homer. We're through 6 full. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Back now at Progressive Field. We go to the top of the 7th. Here's the third baseman, number 11.
Garcia.
Chris, his skill set straight out of the mid-80s. Good contact, not much power, and he could run. He always uses the wheels to his advantage.
His biggest challenge in this day and age is to not get caught up in trying to hit home runs because so many people are.
The batter, number 7. Bobby Witt
Now,
Jr.
Bobby Witt Jr. This guy has turned into a beast.
He just has to understand that his skill set is unique and he's very valuable for any ball club. If he does that, he'll play a long time in this league.
And first offering is fouled off. The wide to kick the pitch. And fouled off.
You know, he's been so great today. Really just throwing whatever the catcher puts down. I mean, hasn't shaken off the catcher very much at all today.
And he takes it himself for the out.
The catcher, number 13. Salvador Perez.
And now the catcher comes up to him. Salvador Perez. Pop foul out of play off to the right. Kicks and deals. That one's in there, and that is strike 2. Goes down looking. Welcome back, and now it's switch hitting third baseman Jose Ramirez.
The third baseman, Jose Ramirez.
The wind of the pitch. A rope into right, and that should be extra bases. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. And it's a leadoff double as they look to keep pulling away.
Boog, I know you love the slug. Well, the slugging percentage is on the rise in this one. That's his third extra base hit of the game. Got a good pitch to drive, stayed short with his bat path to the ball and caught it out front, and he stayed long in his follow-through. That's how you split the gap, and that's pretty much a double every time.
Here's the left fielder, Stephen Kwan. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners. Nobody out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Cole Calhoun.
Cole Calhoun digs in for the Guardians. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. In comes the runner from third, and the lead continues to grow.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Pretty tough for the infielders to do anything with that one. He pulled it hard into the outfield, and even when you keep it on the ground, it feels great when you hit a missile like that.
So in now for Cleveland, Ramon Laureano. Now this is in the air down the line. Can't get there. Base hit. Kwan around third. Cut off. Now a throw home. Not in time. He scores. And they extend their lead.
That's back-to-back singles for him. He blasted that one down into the corner, but that was a really nice job in right field, holding him to one base. And that's usually trouble when it gets down into that territory. But this time, just a long single. Nice defensive play.
And here is on the ground to second. Might be 2. There's 1. They get the out, but the run scores on the twin killing.
Got a very fast developing play right there. No margin for error. Nice double play on a fast runner up the line.
New arm out of the bullpen, Taylor Clark.
Pitching for the Royals, number 45, Taylor Clark.
Two outs, base is empty. Will Brennan digs in for the Guardians. Line drive, base hit. Joey gets on base and keeps it going.
Now batting, the catcher,
Bo Naylor digs in for the Guardians. Line drive, Adam in center field. So they get 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. And welcome back. Now the left fielder, MJ Melendez.
Number 1, MJ Melendez.
Bieber back to work. And first offering is fouled off. And a pitch. That one down the line, and he picks it up in foul territory. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Righty delivers. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, and he is down on strikes for the 3rd straight at bat.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way, so credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly he had him fooled.
So now here's the DH, Nelson Velasquez. And there's the strike.
Pretty amazing, his first pitch strike percentage, over 90%. You know you're getting something in the zone first pitch. So if you're a hitter, you got to be ready to let it fly, even though he's had a lot of success on that first pitch of the at-bat.
The punch out there. That's his 2nd strikeout. A big performance on the mound. Lots of strikeouts. That was number 14.
Yeah, clearly trusting his stuff in this one, Boog. Feeling really good about what he's working with, and that really allows a guy to attack hitters. You know, such an important mindset to have out there on the mound, especially when you're ahead in the count with 2 strikes.
Michael Massey steps in for the Royals. That one's in there, 0-1. The Royals still looking for their first hit in this one. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Righty to the plate. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. Right-hander kicks, deals. Got him looking. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Back here at the ballpark, and now Brian Rocchio.
The shortstop, Brian Rocchio.
Here comes a pitch. Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. He can't get there. It's a base hit.
Wastes no time there. Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball. He let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
And here's the first baseman, Josh Naylor. That one is hammered right field. That's back there. It bangs off the wall. Safely into second. He's got a double.
All over that one right there. He absolutely ripped that ball out front and almost got it out of here, man. Just a really strong, balanced swing, and a fraction of an inch different on the bat, and it is probably out of here.
Now the number 2 hitter, Jose Ramirez. Base hit, and a run comes in. Runner stops at third, and they're at the corners with nobody out.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down the middle, professional hitters are not going to have a problem turning it around.
So they're at the corners now. And up next for Cleveland, Stephen Kwan. Swings and sends a rocket to right. And it's into the gap. One run is in. They're waving Ramirez home. He scores as well, and the lead continues to grow.
4 hits in a row, and they're really swinging it here. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and lifted into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
So a man aboard, Cole Calhoun now at the plate. Slice the other way. That's a base hit. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody out.
Another hit. I mean, these types of performances at the plate don't come around too often. This is pretty special. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives.
Hit pretty well in the air out to center. Pulls it in on the run. And there's one down.
Up next for Cleveland, the second baseman, Andres.
2 on with 1 out. And now it's going to be Andres Gimenez. Base hit and a run in to score. New pitcher in the game for the Royals, Carlos Hernandez.
Number 43, Carlos Hernandez.
Will Brennan digs in for the Guardians. That one laced to center and a base hit. Calhoun around third. Now a long throw home. It's offline. The run comes in, and they extend their lead. First and second, 1 out. Bo Naylor, the next to hit. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. And they hold the runner at third, but the bases are loaded now with 1 out.
These guys today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
Ryan Rocchio digs in for the Guardians. That's towards center. Isbell drifts towards it. Puts it away for the out.
The first baseman, number 22, Josh Naylor.
And now the first baseman, Josh Naylor. Down the right field line. That's a base hit. 1 run is in. 2 runs across now. Massey with a relay throw. Naylor caught in a rundown now. The tag, and that's out number 3, inning over. Shane Bieber, perfect so far. We'll see if he can make history as we head to the 9th. Back now at Progressive Field. Leading off, Drew Waters. Splits the plate. 0-1.
Boog, I'll tell you right now, every player defensively on their toes like never before.
And all eyes on the mound as he begins the 9th inning, working on a perfect game.
They want to make sure they have the opportunity to put this pitcher in the history books. They are going to make the play.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout.
Well, right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. It doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
Prado at the plate for the 3rd time as he comes up empty there. In the air, right field. Brennan has a beat on it and puts the squeeze on it. That's out number 2.
26 up and 26 down. One more out for a perfect game. This is awesome, Boog.
On the verge of baseball history here, and certainly one of the most dominating pitching performances we've seen. Everyone locked in right now. And first offering is fouled off. And a pitch. That one finds the zone. That's strike 2. Next offering is fouled back. Is just 1 strike away. And he rings him up. Called strike 3. It's a perfect game.
Just unbelievable. I was nervous up here in the booth. I can only imagine what his teammates and even he felt out there on the mound closing this thing out. Everyone will remember this perfect game, and it'll be notched in Cooperstown forever.
The ball game, 3 hours and 57 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
Lounging around with my crew just chillin'. I'm wearing black and white, but I ain't no villain. When all of a sudden I get this rumbling feeling. It's my stomach, it's telling me I need to be grilling some hamburgers, you know, that big fat and juicy, the ones that be having you licking your lips profusely. And when you take a bite, you no longer feel down, cause with that taste of perfection in your mouth, you can't frown. Life's so good when you're eating a burger. It's so unhealthy, it's like artery murder. But you don't even care cause it tastes so good. It's like
hamburger, hamburger, hamburger,
yum.
Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper. Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper. Hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper.